Happy Friday, everyone. You know what that means. Another episode of Coffee Chats and Communications. Hey, Mia.
Hi, Liz. How are you?
I'm lovely. We see that you survived the second snowstorm of the season.
Wouldn't call it most. I mean, blizzard is absolutely the right word to use for what happened over Sunday, Monday. But yeah, all good. Sunshine the next day.
Just heaps of snow everywhere, but sunshine.
Yeah.
Hey, you'll take it.
I'll take it.
Mia, we often speak about the transition to digital. And we've seen over the years, a lot of experiences have moved from sort of physical in person or, print, paper focused into the digital world. Healthcare being a big place where we've seen a massive leap, right, to these platforms such as Epic and the likes, where you can manage most of your experience of being a patient through that particular application. With that said, Mia, you and I have also talked a lot about the challenges that have been presented through moving to digital without actually thinking about the customer experience.
Yeah, I mean, portals are a prime example. Like, they benefit the company and they don't always benefit the customer. We've got, password, username and password, or two-factor authentication, or whatever the case may be, and then 10 steps to get to where we need to. This is not a good experience generally, but they're not thinking about the experience. And we've spoken about healthcare ad nauseum, and the examples we have today, I mean, is from a healthcare provider I really, really rate. I really do. But the experience just doesn't meet the requirements when we're talking digital. And you and I are both digital customers. We love digital, but it should be easy. And in this example, I had a doctor's appointment scheduled for today. Incidentally, they called me and they asked me if I could move it to yesterday. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I had already filled in all the forms and made the payment. And the second they moved it, I got a notification that I have to refill in all the forms and make the payment again. And it's like, what are you doing? Why are you putting more work on me? A, I didn't ask to move it. And even if I did, I don't want to be punished because I had to move it. And B, like, I've already done all of this. There was an appointment. Why are you now making me do the work again?
So that means that at no point did anyone consider all of the potential variances in a customer journey, right? In this particular variance is the appointment is being moved, whether it was by you or the provider. Your appointment was moved. That should not trigger an entire new workflow.
The customer you're not doing the work.
It's crazy. I mean, similarly, I had a very recent experience with one of my sons had his annual well visit. I did all of the check-in, all of that through the app. I didn't have to pay because it is an annual well visit. 2 days after the visit, I get a push notification from the app saying that I have a balance. And why would I have a balance? So I look at it. At no point does it say why and what for. It just says you have a balance, pay now. So I'm hesitant to just pay this amount because I've never, in my mind, right, had to pay a balance at a well visit. So now I take time out of my schedule, call the office. The first time I called, they were, of course, on lunch break. So I had to remember to call back later. And then they told me, because, we did the hearing test on site. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Why wasn't I told that up front? Number one, right? That's a friction point. But more importantly, when you designed this experience in the app, why didn't anyone consider we should put an explanation as to why there are additional charges?
You mean give the patient information? What?
Yes. And it made me reflect on 2 years earlier, we had the same thing, but at that point they weren't using the digital app, right? Everything was done in person. So at checkout, they let me know, hey, you had this test done here. Here's why it's an extra $20. And that was perfectly fine and easy. And I paid it on the spot. So the physical world didn't translate into the digital world at all here. And this happens just too often because, people sit down, they develop what they think is needed and don't actually map out the customer journey.
Correct. And, just going digital isn't better. We have to think about the customer experience. Do not waste a customer's time. Do not frustrate them. Do not, ask them to pay something they don't even know what it's for. Information is key.
Indeed. So what do you all think? Is digital always better? Or would you like to learn more about our advisory where we believe, it's not digital experience. It's not digital experience first, it's experience first. So let us know in the comments and we'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye.